Now today I'm going to be making up a really nice Indian dish. What we're going to be cooking is Tarka Dal. So for making this Tarka Dal, I'm just going to go through the ingredients I'm going to use. Now I've got all my ingredients laid out. Now I've got red split lentils here, 200 grams of those. Now with the lentils, what you need to do is rinse them under cold water until the water runs clear. Otherwise, put them in a pot, keep changing the water. So 200 grams red split lentils, need to wash them. Water, just cold water, is 1.9 litres there, so 1900 millilitres of cold water. Spices, I've got 2 teaspoons, that's a small spoon used for your cups of tea, 2 teaspoons of garam masala and 1 teaspoon of ground turmeric, and also 2 teaspoons of salt, and then 50 grams of ghee. Now if you haven't got ghee, then you could just use butter if you want. I've also got a little bit of oil because I'm going to mix that with the ghee. This is just vegetable oil, just a little splash. Now I've also got 3 small onions, so just gonna peel those, chop those down. Then we've got the garlic. Now I'm going to use the whole bulb, so there's about 12 garlic cloves there, and just peel those and chop it up nice and fine. I mean, this garlic's not particularly big, so if you've got a big whopper, obviously use a little bit less. Now I've also got 2 tomatoes. We're just going to roughly chop those down, and some fresh coriander. So there's all the ingredients that I'm going to make my Tarka Dal with. Obviously you can mix and match, add some other ingredients. Some people put cumin, coriander, chili flakes. It's up to you. You can experiment, make it your own, but that's what I'm going to use, and it makes a really nice Tarka Dal. So I've come over to the hob and we're going to get on with this Tarka Dal. Now I've got all mine sort of laid out, it's all been chopped and washed, so it's ready to go. Now I've got a fairly good sized pot there because obviously we've got nearly 2 litres of water there. Now what I'm going to do is start off with the lentils. So if I just grab those, I did rinse them off under cold water, as I say, until the water runs clear. Now to that, just going to add all the water in there, and the salt. That's it. Now what I'm going to do is switch the heat on. To start with, I'm going to switch it on a high heat because I want to bring the water to a boil. Now the water's just coming up to the boil. Now I'm going to give it a quick stir. Now what we're going to do is turn the heat down, and what you want to do is put it onto like a simmer. Caught that just in time. Now what we're going to do with all this sort of froth, for the first 20 minutes we're going to scoop that off. So it'll get less as you go through, but to start with, just scoop all that froth off for the first 20 minutes, and we're not going to cook with a lid, so lid off for the first 20 minutes. Now once we've been doing that for 20 minutes, then we just carry on cooking for another 40 minutes, and then it'll be done. So just skim that off, give it an occasional stir, and I'll see you in 20 minutes. Now with the lentils, I've had those, just gently simmering away for about 20 minutes. Remember, just give it the occasional stir, and then I was just skimming off, any of the froth I could get off. Now just to show you, there's a little bowl with the froth there. You can see there's some water in it. You skim a bit of water off, but there's a good layer of froth. So do that for the first 20 minutes. Now what we're going to do is carry on cooking now for another 40 minutes, so it'll be 1 hour in total. This time though, just pop a lid on, like roughly, slightly covered, just over half. And what you might want to do is just turn the heat down a little bit, because you just want to keep it on a sort of a gentle simmer for the next 40 minutes. So I'll leave that. You don't need to sort of do very much with it. Just give it the occasional stir, and I'll see you in 40 minutes. So now we've got the lentils simmering away in the background. Now I've got myself a frying pan, and we're going to start, cooking up the onions with the garlic and everything else. So let's start off with some oil in there. And also, I'm going to put that ghee in. Put those in together. Now switch the heat on. I say you want to probably be on about a medium heat to start with. We can always adjust it if we need to. That's it. Just give that a quick mix around. I think we can go in with the onions. Get that all mixed around, get it all coated. Now I'm also going to add a little bit of salt, not too much, but a little bit, just to bring out some of the water in the onions. With the onions, just now and again, move it all around. And like I say, just cook until you've got a nice sort of golden colour, a little bit of colour on it. Could be like 10, 15, 20 minutes, depending what heat you've got it at. But, you know, keep turning it around. Now, I've been cooking down the onions, probably for about 20 minutes. And remember, give it, you know, a stir, keep it on the move. And also, same with the lentils in the background, just give them an occasional stir. Now, what I'm going to do next is to pop the garlic in there. So let's put it in the middle and keep an eye on it. That's it. Plenty of garlic. And just try and get that in the oils. Don't let the garlic burn though, so we just want to cook it just to get a little bit of colour on it, and then we can add the tomato. I've had that garlic cooking for about 2 minutes in the end. It's just getting a bit of colour and I don't want it to burn, so give that a move around and I'm going to go in with the tomatoes. Give this a good mix. You really just want to, you know, soften down the tomatoes slightly. And then we'll pop those spices in. Now, since we added the tomatoes, I've been cooking for about another 10 minutes. So in total, you had 20 minutes with the onions and then 10 minutes extra with the tomatoes. And you see the tomatoes are just sort of, you know, breaking down, so that's good. Now I'm going to put the spices in. So just make a little place there. Got the garam masala, turmeric. Now really, you don't want to cook that long, just like that. Just a little bit. That'll do. And then we just mix it all up and we'll switch that off the heat. Lovely. So I've turned the heat off, I'll just leave that there and I'm going to go and check on the lentils. Now with the lentils, they've had that 40 minutes, you know, partly covered with the lid, and obviously we did 20 minutes at the beginning. So in total, these lentils have had 1 hour cooking. And obviously during that time, you know, give it the occasional stir. Now we made that sort of oniony mixture, so I'm going to add that into there next. So I've got that onion mixture, all that beautiful garlic and tomatoes, and oh, it's going to be good. I'm just going to put that all in there. And this is where the flavour really comes together with those lentils. Now, give that a quick stir, and then I'm just going to put in the coriander. So I'm just going to turn this up a little bit, just to bring the heat up a little bit, and then we'll switch it off, put the coriander in, and we're all done. That's it. I'm just going to switch that off now. Now let's get the coriander, which I've already chopped up. And there's bits of stem in there as well, just finely chopped. So, you know, got some flavour from that. Just stir that in, and then we'll give it a quick taste, see how it is. Because the only thing you might want to adjust is the salt, but let's see how it is. Try and get a little bit on there. That's lovely flavour. With those lentils, you get a little bit of the tomato. That's a really delicious combination. The only thing I might add just a tad more, and obviously taste it at this point, see how you think it is, just a little bit, little pinch of salt. Give it the final stir. And then you've got your Tarka Dal ready to go. So I'm going to go and serve some up. Those lentils, so nice. I love this dish. It's so good. I mean, if you wanted to, you could even add some like boiled vegetables with this. It's just lovely in itself, or if you want to adapt it for something else. And obviously, like I say, you can play about with adding cumin, coriander, bit of chili flakes, sort of make it your own. But that is lovely as it is. I mean, obviously, with the consistency, if you want it slightly less runny, just add a little bit less water when you start boiling it all up. So easy as pie, and it's delicious. Now, obviously, I'm just going to have one more bit, a little bit of that rice. Rice is always nice of it as well. Lovely. Thanks for watching my videos. I hope you enjoy, and I'll see you on the next one, The Original Naked Chef.